I know some people are waiting for the link. Let me first send the link in the group. Yes. Yes, you are welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from that break. Yes, welcome back from that break. We are going to begin direct to where we ended. We ended on, who can remember? Who can remember where we ended? If you are writing, please get a pen and a book and make your notes. Active reading strategies, identifying many ideas and supporting details, understanding author's purpose. I'm going to jump that volume 2 to volume 3. I want to get better notes than the ones I have. Then we continue with volume 3. Volume 3. So you can go to volume 3, but we shall come back to volume 2. Reading and writing and reading. Reading. We shall come back to volume 2. But let us go to volume 3 as I'm talking now. Volume 3, which is language skills. Language skills. The building blocks, parts of speech. Nouns, pronouns, deep dive, and verbal mastery. So let us go direct to language skills before we go to the parts of speech. Language skill. Which language? For this case, English, but we find these principles applying to all other languages. Please welcome your friend. You send this link to other people who are not online. This time I want questions because this is the last video for today. Tomorrow we shall get one video very early in the morning before you go to church. Then after church, we shall get another video. May I add you another weekend? Okay, people who have not applied, I'm giving you another one weekend, next weekend again. So we are going to dive deep into language skills. If you want to apply, you can apply after here. Language skills, skills of language. Language is a wonderful gift of God to human beings. The Bible tells us that the Tower of Babel, people wanted to build and reach God. God sent angels to disorganize their languages such that they stopped building. I don't know the theory you have, but language is a gift from God, or is natural. You can say language is natural. Every society, some people can take language to be culture, others can take language to be learned. You can just learn a language and you become fluent. We have what we call the mother tongue. We have the official language. We don't have the national language in Uganda. They told us Swahili. Is it true? Maybe you have not learned it. So we learn language. We are born speaking certain languages. Language is specific. It is a unique human trait shared by the culture of diverse individuals, physically, mentally, so unlike one another. Language is derived from the Latin word lingua, which means tongue. Sometimes they call it tongues. We born again Christians, some people speak foreign tongues. They call them spiritual tongues, but they are using the physical tongue. They call them spiritual tongues. That is their language. Maybe they understand it. You also, when you speak your language, Lugubara, what, me, I hear noise because I don't understand the language. If I speak my mother tongue, it might be noise to you because you don't understand the language. You can't listen to me when I speak my mother tongue when you don't understand it. Some people just hate language, certain languages. Like us in Uganda here, we hate Swahili. We have very bad history with the Swahili in Uganda. We think Swahili is for thieves and criminals. So that one is born in our blood. We don't want Swahili. I would have learned it, but I just feel like it's not good for me. I don't know you, but I'm very wrong. We are supposed to learn Swahili if it is made the national language. So the term people you call it a term is the same as language. We are on the volume called language skills, and you have to move slowly. You copy what you think is important. But I can tell you the definition of the word language. You can write this one if you want. Language is a wonderful gift of God to human beings. Language is specific. Yeah. It's a unique trait shared by the culture so diverse and by individuals physically and mentally so unlike one another. You may not write that. Language is derived from the word lingua, Lingua, which means tongue. You can underline the word lingua and tongue. It is used as a means of communication of thoughts and ideas, either in form of speech or writing. So we can either write or speak orally. So language or speaking or communication is the work of expressing your thinking, your idea. It's a communication to tell you what I think, what I plan, what I want you to do. I'm now communicating using the English language, isn't it? It is used as a means of communication. Communication is derived from the Latin word communis, C-O-M-M-U-N-I-S, which means common. Common, C-O-M-M-O-N. So communication comes from the word common, in other words. Therefore implies sharing of ideas, opinions, understandings, and attitudes. You can't know my attitude, you can't know unless I speak. But when we come to communication, you see that communication is wider than speaking or than a tongue. I can communicate with using sign language. Some people are deaf and dumb, but they use sign language to communicate. Environments communicate. So communication is a bit broader than language. Communication may be defined as transfer of information from sender to receiver. But remember, we are in the volume called language, not communication. We have two dimensions of language. We have the spoken and the written. With the language, you can either speak, that is oral, or you write. You read or you listen. We are going to look at those four parts together. Input, that is spoken, then output. Input, reading, then writing. Writing, input, reading, output. Let us look at listening. Have you written? You see this? Have you seen? Those arrows can help you to draw that. Or if not, you get notes from me to get these diagrams. They help you to understand what I'm talking about. Now let us go to listening. Listening is the basic skill of communication. You some people don't listen. Somebody's talking, you're talking. You don't listen. You just want us to listen to you, but when you are not listening. Listening, you can listen when you are reading. Some people just read when they are not listening. So listening is a basic skill of communication. Listening is an active process. Listening is active. You can't say, I'm listening when you are eating. You see, I'm listening when you are listening to the radio, you are listening to me, you are listening to somebody outside. Somebody can be there when he's not listening. When you are talking, somebody is there, is even quiet, but is not listening. I think you understand me now. We are on the subtopic called listening. Listening. Listening is an active process. We have certain diagrams here. I think you'll see them when you get these notes. Just 3 rectangles. One rectangle is called input. Speaker's speech. Let me assume it is the speaker. Then the process, that is the table, we can make a rectangle in the middle and call it the process. Then output, listener's response. Now you are not commenting. I'm not sure whether you are listening or not. You are there or no? When I speak like this, my phone and data and the line is taking things to YouTube, and then YouTube brings them to you. That is the process. Me who is speaking, the speaker's speech, I'm putting in my volume. Then it is processed by internet and YouTube. You, the listener, for me to understand you are listening, or for the process to end, you must respond by saying, even if you say hi, there's a way I feel good. I feel I'm doing some work. But if you just keep quiet, I can't be contented that the listening process has ended. Let me show you this. I don't know whether you can get it. Listening cycle is like that. You see those tables? That one in gray, is it gray? In brown, that is the subtopic listening. Then you see those tables. The first one is input, processing in the middle, then the end, the last one is output. That output, that is when you comment. When somebody responds, hey, I'm very hungry, then somebody brings the food. That one has listened. And you say, I'm very hungry, and somebody continues reading his notes. He has heard, but he has not listened. There is hearing and listening. There's a difference. I'm hearing a lot of things, but I'm not listening to everything. What I listen to, there is a response. So if you respond by passing the mature entry exams, you listened. Somebody who does not pass what I'm telling you, what I'm teaching you, maybe heard, but did not listen. So listening is an active process with the process I've shown to you. You can also make those three tables. Then the first table you put input, down, speaker speech, processing, the middle one, that is analyzing, then the end one, output, that is response. So meaning if you are listening, you must respond. If you don't respond, you are just hearing. One time I remember Pastor Bugembe told us that he was calling people to come and listen to his music. Then he went to a certain man, began to sing, may I sing for you? And you sing. He sang. He wanted the advice. Then the man was dozing. He woke him up. Have you heard what I was singing? Yes, I heard. It was very good music. What exactly was good? Like which part was most interesting? The man told him, the whole thing was good. Which one do you remember? Kumbe he has not been listening. He was just hearing because he's there, but was not listening. Sometimes we go to church, we say, hey, the sermon was good. The man was dressed in yellow. Hey, it was a very good sermon. But when we ask you which verse has he read, from which book, you say, I've forgotten. What was the heading of the sermon? I forgot. The truth is that you have not forgotten. You didn't listen. And actually, when you listen, it is better you get a book and a pen and you record. Something important, we write it down. Don't get tired of writing and reading in life. Wise people, brilliant people write and read, and they don't get tired of reading and writing. Are we together? Yes. Let us move on. We have understood the listening process. Let us go to the types of listening. And I want to drive you 30 minutes and even beyond. See, if the chair is hot on you, just get a better position. Types of listening. You write types of listening. We have two. We're going to discuss many anyway. Let us, there is intensive listening. In brackets, you put focused. There is intensive listening. We have many types. Let us discuss as many as possible. Intensive listening, it is purposive, with a purpose. Maybe they are speaking so many things, but you have your objective. I must understand the definition of listening. Even if I speak 1,000 words, you have to take out what you want. Oh God. Sasa kagenze. Kebera. Jesus. Kagenze. So I don't know. We don't have a power. Let me do what I can. My back is low. If power comes back, if it ends, we end there. If power comes back, we shall, because we have to finish the types of listening. Again. So we have intensive listening. We lend our ears, listen attentively because we listen for some particular purpose. Like politics, I've been in politics, especially the NRM side. People listen. People, let me say, oh, attentive, but when they are waiting for somebody to set time for food, when they set time for food, they run for food. After food, everybody goes home. So the objective was food. So they were waiting for the word food. I'm just giving an example. Conversation, discussion, seminars, listening, whatever. Somebody has a purpose. Now people have purposes here. Then another type of listening is called extensive listening, or you can put in brackets, casual type of listening. It involves enjoyment, not purposeful, but general, like music, comedy, even politics. Sometimes we listen to it casually. We do not listen to them with attention. It involves listening to radio programs, TV activity, etc. But with intensive listening or focused listening, you have an objective, and it's very important to get a pen and a book and write, like church sermons and even these educative academic lessons. Sub-skills of listening. Sub-skills of listening. A person who understands spoken English can, number one, so we are at sub-skills of listening. Number one, recognize the characteristics of English speech sounds in isolation as well as in combination. So we don't listen to the words only, characteristics of English speech, the sound, the isolation, as well as in the combination of the context. Some sentences mean something different, the same wordings and punctuation marks, but the context may make the meaning to change. I won't take it. Number two, understand the lexical meaning of words in context and grammatic meaning of structures. The grammar also, listen to the grammar as well. It would be good for me to teach when you have the notes. Because now I'm introducing something new and some people are not good at writing. I'm very sorry. So understand the lexical meaning of the words in the context. Underline the word context and the grammatic meaning of structures. Let me give you an example. I can speak a sentence, I put comma in the middle. It means different. Then if I remove that comma and I only put a full stop, the meaning of that sentence is going to change. Okay, so when we listen also to the grammar. Grammar can also be in oral sentences. Some people write without using punctuation marks. You change the meaning of the oral story. Understand the meaning conveyed by stress and intonation patterns. Some words, like now I'm speaking, some words I'm stressing them, some words I'm repeating them. So the more I stress a word or repeat it, the more it means it is important than the other words. All of those are sub-skills of listening. Grasp the mood of the speaker and the theme of the discourse. The mood of the speaker. Moods are very many. We shall look at moods if we get time. In which mood? Is it a joking mood? A serious mood? A miserable mood? Which type of mood was this person, the speaker, speaking? So you listen to the moods also. I can speak the same word or the same sentence in one mood. If I change the mood, the same sentence can mean something different. So I don't stress myself so much. Guess the meaning of an unfamiliar word from the context. Yeah. When you look at a word, you may find a sentence have like 30 words. But there is one word which is unfamiliar to you, or the one word you don't know. Because of the context of other words, you can know the meaning of this word. So you listen due to the context to know that the meaning of that word, to make communication more smoothly. Now, what are the barriers to listening? Subtopic. I think when I speak like this, my audio, the way I pause, you can know whether I'm on a topic, subtopic, or I'm listening. Now, let us go to the barriers of listening. What are the barriers of listening? Why don't you listen very well? Number one, there are 3 factors that affect listening comprehension. There's a difference between hearing and listening. I hope you remember that. Linguistic factors, physical factors, then psychological factors. Under psychological factors, we have lack of interest. Like I've told you the example first time game. He was singing, but the people he was singing to were sleeping. Bias against the speaker. Who is speaking? Tell me. You put off my phone. Why should I waste my data? You have a bias. You are biased. Impatience. I'm tired. Why don't you summarize? If you are impatient, you don't listen. If you are speaking and you see people who are looking on their watches, they are looking outside, they are moving out so often, just close. You are wasting your time. Nobody's listening. High frequency of speech. Like last time you told me that I'm very speedy. If the speed is too high, people stop listening because they can't catch up with the speed. Hopefully the speed is not high today. For me, I have all the types of speed. If you tell me be slow, I can be slow, and then you even say, it is too much. Then the stronger beliefs. Somebody speaking against your belief. For example, I'll give you an example. If I'm talking here about Muslims and you're a staunch Muslim, you don't listen to other things. Just switch me off. Though you are there, but we're no longer listening. Preoccupation, like us women, you're breastfeeding, you are cooking, you are mopping, you're washing clothes, and you are telling me that you're in a lecture. The next session is going to be video. We shall look at you and see everybody. So, if you are preoccupied, you have to be attentive. You cut off other means of communication and you listen. Those are some of the psychological barriers. Oh God, 23 minutes. The linguistic factors, I think, when you don't understand the language well, like when I speak my mother tongue, you may not understand. Some people who don't understand English, now they are left out. We might even organize to teach people who don't understand English to understand and even to speak it fluently. By the way, you may know English, but speaking it is different, and also speaking it fluently is also different. Then physical factors like what? Noise. Maybe the ears are sick. Maybe you are not healthy also. Maybe the volume is low. Like here, the internet network is poor. By the power has gone off. Where my battery on my laptop ends is where we shall stop. Tasks for developing listening comprehension. What should we do to develop listening comprehension? We meet tomorrow. If power comes back by 8 in the night, we shall meet again. Because power is gone, Uganda, Uganda is not America, it's not Europe. They have not given us the reasons for putting off power, but they have removed the power. Power has gone off, in other words. And I made my notes on the laptop, and I don't want to give you disorganized work. So thank you so much for listening. We can get a break, and we come back at around 8. I know by 8, Paul will be back here in Hoima. God bless you so much. Thank you so much for being attentive. I'm Nalmas Clemi as usual. If you want to apply, come to my inbox. I'm going to give you admission. My number, MTN, is 0765 870 371. Airtel 0702 945 331. People who have not been here, please, you can record. You can go to the recordings. In the morning, we had one session, but we had a break. which makes them to look to. Even now, we have one session, but we're going to have a break until power comes back around 8. So 8, tune on, we are going to be together. Thank you so much for listening. Other courses for direct entry, we are still there. Indirect entry, we are there. Mature entry, we are there. Katigo Sarao. What you want, we have it. Don't ask me questions like, which courses do you have? For us, we don't have courses. We teach courses which are there, and they cannot be listed and get exhausted. Very many. Actually, for us, we give you faculties. Thank you so much for listening. May God bless you mightily. Oh God. We meet again in the next episode.